right on time. What is on my watch? That's the real question. What's up, good people? About a minute away from action. Revelations with Ray. Going live, Grayscale Podcast, half of the Grayscale Podcast. This is my intermission before Saturday's show. I got one more on Thursday. Tonight on Revelations, we talking self-reflection. In about 0.30 seconds. Something like that. See who coming on with me live tonight. Who joining the kid? Where my people at? We are talking about self-reflection, the importance of self-reflection with the intent on being better. So it is 8 o'clock. Welcome to the Revelations with Ray, half of the Grayscale Podcast. Tonight on Revelations, we talking about self-reflection with the intent of bettering oneself, bettering your present and your future. I believe Socrates, the great philosopher, said, an unexamined life is not worth living. And what I believe he meant by that is a life that you don't reflect on and learn from your mistakes in order to better yourself is not one worth living. Going through life in a zombie state and just going through every day over and over and recycling the same activities, recycling the same mistakes is just not a life worth living. That's what I believe what Socrates meant by that. So, self-reflecting is very important. You should never be afraid to look backwards. And I know a lot of people say don't look back, leave the past in the past. You hear all that crazy talk. In a sense, yes, you should, leave the past mistakes in the past, but you should never be afraid to look back on your history, back on your past, and reflect on what got you to where you are. And an important thing and you need to do when self-reflecting is to absolutely take ownership of where you are and where you want to be. So you got to be true to what type of person you want to be in life. You want to be a leader, be true about that. If you don't want to lead anybody, be truthful about that. Because if you try to do something, and it's not talking about what type of work you have or, whether you're an entrepreneur or whatever. It's just talking about your positioning in life. If you're gonna follow somebody, as on some level. So depending on what levels of leadership you want to be at or fellowship you want to be at, you need to really determine what place you want to have in life, and self-reflecting will really help you with that. So one of the things that I've grown to start doing is to have conversations with my old me. And I have conversations with my old me during those times that I was fearful, anxious, or nervous about something. And really try to dig deep into what made me fearful in those situations, or nervous, or whatever, or anxious. And as I go through life and as I try to climb today, I keep those conversations in the forefront of my mind because I want those lessons to be there so that I'm not fearful or afraid to walk through those doors in the present or in the future. So I spend a lot of time self-reflecting on those situations and trying to turn those situations that, in my mind somewhere were bad situations because I didn't get the outcomes that I wanted to, or do the things or speak up the way that I want to. So I reflect on those and make sure that in the future, when these type of situations arise, I am better suited to handle them and deal with them in the way that I want to, especially being an adult. So I take, that portion of self-reflecting very serious because I do desire to be in leadership roles. And to each his own. You have to really figure out again what you want to do in the position you want to be in. Um, so that's just one of the things that I do in self-reflecting and just looking back on a lot of things that I did and the type of life that I live or lived with other people in terms of the type of life that I want to live now or in the future, or want my children to, attempt to live, and really analyze things, and not just my own mistakes or being, but analyzing those that I hung out with, the type of characters these people had, analyzing relatives and the type of character that they have, parents, guardians, whatever, and really, you know, not reflecting to a depressive state, but reflecting to a state of learning. Because like with anything, if when they talk about not forgetting slavery or the Holocaust and stuff like that, because they say if you forget, then you're liable to repeat history again. So if you're not reflecting on your history with the intentions of improving yourself, then you're more liable to repeat those same lessons or history tales over and over every day of your life. And you see it all the time. People just going through these zombie states of life, getting high, getting drunk, spending most of their time in la la land, and every day they're telling themselves, well, I want this or I want that, I want some more money, I need this, I wanna take a trip somewhere. And every single day they proclaiming that they want these things, but they're doing absolutely nothing to learn from their mistakes and how they haven't been able to get money and or keep money, so they keep repeating the same mistakes. You keep getting broke because you're buying all the weed up, you're buying all the alcohol up, yet you're not learning to save any money, and you keep falling behind on your bills. These things are examples of people not learning from their past and not doing any self-reflection with the intent to improve. Again, an unexamined life is not worth living. Like, if you're not examining the activities and the things that you're doing with the intent to improve, and I'm not saying be some goody two-shoe improve, because no matter what you're doing, there's room for improvement. I don't give a damn if you a prostitute out there. Like, you can come up with better ways to make money, save money, and do it at a better way. Instead of walking down the street, you can start you a little massage parlor or something with a happy ending. There's ways to reflect and to gain knowledge if it's right there inside of you, if you truly want to. But you have to have the intention of improving yourself, and really, looking at it through a lens of responsibility for oneself. So, it's that's just my take on what Socrates had to say about that in terms of self-reflection. Again, we all need to look within ourselves and around ourselves. You are who you hang around, who you were around, and reflect on the things that have us in positions that we're in. And even in the good sense, if God's been blessing you, and you keep reflecting and being that testimony of times that you've been pulled through, and you can use that to help the next person, and let them know that things could be one way but definitely get better, because we've all been pulled through some trying situations in mysterious forms, by mysterious ways. So everybody has a testament to that, and getting a helping hand from the higher power. And that is something that can be spread around to spread the love, like my man that be holding up the signs out here in Panama City say, spread the love. So definitely tap into your third eye, your inner self. Practice having conversations with yourself, and really talking to your old mistake prone self and having those conversations of, why did you do that? Where did you go wrong? And you be surprised once you take that ownership and the things that you start to overcome, the fears that you start to overcome, and forging yourself forward to have a better life, a more peaceful life, and to attract better things to yourself. It really starts with you, inside of you, because we all have that inner God inside of us sitting in our gut. So definitely, take time out every day to talk to you. You know what I'm saying? Even if you got to look yourself in the mirror, women kind of get to cheat a little bit because they got to put their makeup on every day, so they kind of get to stare through the windows of their soul every day. But for us men, sometimes, we don't look in the mirror or stare long enough and have conversations with ourselves and really reflect on where we're at, even if it's a weekly reflection, but you definitely want to tap into your history in order to improve your present and your future. Again, an unexamined life is not worth living. What are you doing out here? You know what I'm saying? Like, have fun. But if you got kids, you know what I'm saying, understand that, they watching what you do. So, nobody's perfect. But we all have a duty to live our best lives. And that don't mean pissing your day away. So, dig within yourself, for yourself, and bring out the best you. So that's the word of the night, self-reflection. I'm going to quote Socrates one more time. An unexamined life is not worth living. So start examining yourself and start figuring out what it is about you that you like, and keep doing those things more. Start figuring out what it is about yourself that you dislike and start changing them, because nobody's going to change them for you. That's just a fact. They make a lot of miracle drugs, but those only temporary. You want permanent and positive results. So self-reflection, get on it, tap into yourself, get yourself better, get yourself prospering. You can do it. I know you can, because I'm doing it, and I'm just an ordinary kid from the projects. Hey, I love y'all. As always, this is Ray, half of the gray scale, and I'm going black. Peace.